Today we have the 50-cent piece from Hong Kong, and we're going to start with this one right here in the middle, the 1998 50-cent piece. And if you look at the coin here, it is a brass-plated steel coin, which means that it will be magnetic, and it has the Bauhinia, or Hong Kong orchid flower, on here. Its binomial name is Bauhinia blakeiana, and at the top it says Hong Kong in Chinese, and at the bottom it says Hong Kong in English. If we tip this coin up, we'll see that it has a reeded edge, and it's kind of a goldish color. It's not gold, it's brass-plated steel, but it has a nice gold tint to it. And then if we go on to the back, we see on the back it says 50 cents at the bottom in English. It says the year, 1998. It says 50 in numbers here. And then at the very top, it also says 50 cents in Chinese. The designer of this coin, both front and back, was Joseph Yam. And this particular coin in 1998, we don't have the numbers that they made. We can guess that it was under 30 million, but we don't really have a good number on these. Now, the reason you see these other coins around this is that I wanted to show you some of the prior coins. So prior to 1998, they had a coin, and this coin here is an Elizabeth II coin, and it is from 1978. So you see here it says Hong Kong 50 cents 1978, and this particular coin was made from 1977 until 1980, and it's an Arnold Machen portrait on the front. Again, it has a reeded edge, and it was, of course, when Hong Kong was still part of the United Kingdom or Great Britain. And this is a nickel brass coin. It weighs a little bit less. It weighs 4.9 grams. Well, it weighs a little bit more. It weighs 4.9 grams versus 4.86 grams of the current one. And if we hold them right next to each other, we see that they're very similar. So I think when they switched over, they did want to keep it pretty much the same coin, just changing the image on it. So prior to that coin, we had a coin again with Queen Elizabeth II on it, and this was a quite different one. This has what they call the security edge, and if you look deep down in there, it's two sandwiched pieces, and there are these dots down in the inside. An incredibly hard coin to counterfeit, and that's why they call it the security edge, because it gave you a lot of security that the coin would not be counterfeited. When we look on the back of that coin, we see it says Hong Kong 50 cents 1965, and you can tell by looking at this coin that it's a different material. It's a copper nickel. It's not rather than a brass-plated steel or a nickel brass coin of the ones that came afterwards. And then finally we have the George VI coin, and this is a 1951 coin, and it says Hong Kong 1951, again 50 cents. And on this one, again, it's a copper nickel coin. It has the security edge, and if we can get it, we can see that the security edge wears a little bit on these, so you can't see the dots quite as good on this one, but they are in there. And this coin in 1951, they made a bunch of these. They made 15 million, and it has a little bit of value to it. It's probably worth $1 US in this condition right here, even though it has a little bit of a beat up look to it. And in this one, it's a Percy Metcalfe engraving of King George VI. So that's some of our, and we actually have all kinds of them, and I've been looking through them, and it's kind of fun to get out the old Hong Kong. There's a 65. This one here is a 58. Here's some more from the 70s with Queen Elizabeth II on it. There are some of these coins here without the reeded edge. So in 1970, they, 1971, they made this coin without the reeded edge. So you might be able to find that, and that's very collectible. 71 to 75, they made this 50-cent coin with Queen Elizabeth on it without the reeded edge. In other words, without the security edge. And so that's a very collectible coin if you do find that one. It's not worth a huge amount, but it's probably worth over $1 to many collectors. And then we just have some more, and here's another Bohemia flower one. Here's another older one, another Bohemia flower. And finally, we have an older Elizabeth II one. So that is our Hong Kong 50-cent collection for today. Good luck coin collecting out there, and we'd love to have you leave any comments you have in the comments section